Hello, Hope Nation. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Colin Mabapa, the developer of the Hope Method and the author of Finding Hopes in Challenging Times. Today, I just want to touch a little bit in terms of hope, because I believe a lot of people, they are losing hope because life has become hard, tough for them. And it's a feeling that they lose. Well, my understanding is that hope is actually a process where your internal system falls apart or collapse. For example, your emotions, this is how you feel emotionally, but your truth says something else. Your boundaries have fallen, and most importantly, you find yourself that growth stalls. You're not growing at all. So this just brings me to a little bit story. If I look back at my life, what I've been doing, I've spent time more than 15 years in safety, implementing system across different type of environment, from low risk to high risk, where you have to put a system that prevents injury and even worse. And what I've seen is that engineering principles also apply in human beings, in life as what we do. Everything is principled, everything is structured. Hence why I believe that the Hope Method really helps people to resuscitate or that hope feeling or belief or mechanism, if you want to call it that way. So people lose hope, because of a lot of things. You look at things like where you start losing your truth, where you start losing the truth about yourself, where you really not honest. You become a different person from who you really are. And the world today really forces us to be some people that we are not. And during that time, a lot of people go astray. And what happens is that you then don't own yourself. You don't own the truth. You don't really get to the point of being honest about who you are. What is your story? Who are you? What drives you? Where are you going? And it's very difficult to then set boundaries and say, these are the boundaries, this is what I believe in, this is what I want to drive, this is what I want to do. You don't even know, because you're just chasing that perceived person or perceived structure, whatever you want to call it. And it really becomes a very tedious process in terms of that, because you lose integrity, you lose a lot of things just to try to keep up with what the world is doing. And then what happens is that when all these things don't work out, this person you have created or this belief you have created, you start losing hope. Oh, I'm hopeless. Oh, the world is not fair. Oh, waga waga, whatever you wanna. I mean, you blame everything, but not yourself. So I believe that if we go back in the system that I've created, it's just as simple to go back and say, how do we rebuild? How do we go to the point where we really start being authentic in terms of what we do, starting with ourselves? So I created the Hope Method, literally just trying to make sure that people understand that hope as a system can be applied as a system and can be practiced with the basic tools that one has come up with during the journey of life. So this obviously letter H, standing for honoring the pain. It's literally understanding. This is just about emotional data processing. Where am I? What is the pain that I'm feeling? What's going on in my life? The letter O is just own your story. No one can tell my story except me. Nobody knows what I've gone through or what I'm going through except me. I know my story very well, not the other person. The other one is about practice with the presence. Now, this is a very interesting one, because the first two, if you don't know the pain, you don't own your story, you cannot have boundaries. And that's where practicing presence talks about boundaries. How do you set them up? Because every pillar builds on top of the other and support each other. That's why I call it a system, or internal system that we are trying to build. And the other one is just about evolving with intentions. That talks about growth. If all these things are not in the right place, how do you grow? How do you evolve? It's going to be very difficult, or you're going to grow, evolve as something else that you are not supposed to be. And that's where a lot of time you find hope collapsing and people finding themselves in a situation that they cannot recover. So while this is a journey, while this is a process that we are going to dissect every month, every week, trying to take you through the hope journey, it's going to be very important that you understand that this is something that is going to expect you to be very vulnerable and open, to be able to practice the tools and apply them in your internal system. One of the things that happened in my journey is the fact that I always wanted to be strong, irrespective of how I felt or how I see the world. I just wanted to be strong. There was this intention of saying, I'm going to be strong about it. I'm going to stand no matter what. But it is not all the time that you have to be strong. Sometimes you have to accept and say, this is not what I can handle. It's not every time that you have to be strong. And the worst part is that you go talk to people and some people say, you are strong, you can manage it. And you lose hope. It's so easy to lose hope. But we are going to talk about and how to align the pillars, how to make sure that your internal system is strengthened so that you can remain hopeful. So in the whole process, I've got 3 wheels. The core wheel that talks about the 3 pillars of hope. And from the 3 pillars, the 4 pillars of hope, honoring the pain, own your truth, practice presence, and evolve with intention, we'll then look into internal systems that really tries to help you. So the tools are very as detailed as possible and as easy as possible, because these are the things that I've used in my life to be where I am, and I'm still using, because every day you have to be hopeful. I mean, I wouldn't be hopeful that I can create something like this. I will not be helpful that I can talk to you. All this is part of being hopeful and literally using the tools that one has created. And the third wheel talks about emotional intelligence, which is going to be a very interesting part, because in the day of today, you have to have self-awareness and self-capability to know who you are. So we will be applying all these tools together just to see how we can go about it. Some of these things might work for you, some may not work for you. But the important thing is that the aim is to give you strength, give you ability to use something. Because when I wrote the book, Finding Hope, ideally the first script, like I said, it was just a nice book about my life story and everything and how I had to find my way. Then when I developed the method, it really helped me to move forward, to say, am I honoring the pain? Do I understand the pain that I'm going through? What is causing this pain? What is it? Because without honoring this pain, it's got power over me to say, yo, I know you are here. I understand you are here, but you don't have control over me. But then how do I own my story? What caused this pain? What is my story to the pain? How did this pain come into be in my story? You know, what is the story of my life? Then I was able to come in terms of practicing presence to say, okay, now I know the history, I know the pain, I know my story, I know what came to where I am. And the presence, what do I do now? What are the things I need to cut off? What are the things that I need to set boundaries up around me so that I can be able to do the next step of growth? So we'll take you through that, the tools that you can use and method that you can use about doing that. Then when you come to the point of evolving with intention, it's about growth. Now that everything, now you understand, you're honest and everything is clear, then you know that this is the growth that I'm taking. This is the path I'm taking, even if it doesn't work. But you know that you have applied the tools, and I can remain hopeful that this is the right way to go. So stick along with me. It's going to be a very interesting, long process. I hope this community grows and we are able to to touch as many people in this busy world where a lot of people have lost hope, and a lot of people are looking at celebrities, they're looking at other people. But what we are trying to do is literally give you the tools to be hopeful. Some people gave me a feedback that they, even if they never told me, that they practiced it and it's working. And some people also went into our Resilo app, which also is helping them. So it's a lot of tools that we're trying to put together in order to help, but we're gonna take it step by step. I'm picking the Hope Method, but if you feel like you can start reading, I mean, which I prefer that you should be doing, getting my book on Amazon or Takealot, Finding Hope in Challenging Times. You get the book outlining the whole story, where I put my self practices or self experiences and applying the tools to it, just to give you a feel how it works. And there's another book where you can say, listen, I just need to practice it now. So it's got a 90 days, every day there's a tool that you can apply, a method that you can use to actually build on, so that you can consistently build a system of being hopeful, of being diagnostic about hope. Then you will realize that hope is not just a feeling. It's actually a tool that's there that you have to look into, which you can practice, and you can resuscitate every time you lose it. So I'm excited. It has not been easy to start a channel. It was one of those things that I said I will do it, keeping it to my small community. But we need to make sure that the world becomes hopeful again. Despite all the economic crises and everything that we see in the world today, but we can be hopeful that tomorrow will be a better day. Because change starts with you and the next person, your family, and everyone else. So let's work on you. Let's work on these internal systems that will help you to be hopeful again, using our Hope Method. So I hope to see you soon. Then, so that when we start next week, when we start unpacking the letter H, we'll go into detail and then share some example with you how to go about it and how personally I've used it, and then we'll take it from there. So yeah, let's see. Obviously things will get better as we go, and maybe at some point we'll have some interactions. For now, let's focus on the Hope Method. And remember that everything we have to do, we have to be gentle on ourselves. We will soon be better. So thank you for listening. Just the most important thing, remember to stay hopeful and be gentle with yourself. All right. Thank you. Bye.